My friend, we're going to be doing a song for the holiday season. This is generally done in the key of C or the key of D. We're going to particularly do this one in the key of D. There are no sharps and flats in the key of C, but when we go up 5 notes, we find ourselves in the key of G. G major, A minor, B minor must include the F sharp. So we replace the F natural for an F sharp. Then we have a C major. Our D major now has the F sharp in it. We then, after the D major, have an E minor, and then our F sharp diminished, F sharp, A, and C, goes right back to our G major. This song has a melody line, which we're going to do in just a second. I'm going to show you the chords. It's a G major, and then we play an E minor, an A minor, and then a D major. The G major I'd rather play as an inversion, a second inversion to be confident in the D, D, G, B. Then we're going to move our pinky to the E so we can get an E minor in root position. We're going to move our major third to a minor third along with that E so we can have ourselves a good old-fashioned A minor inversion. Yes, we're using the E, so it's a second inversion. And then we're going to move back to the D for our landmark pinky and then drop down a minor third over the top of that major third for our D major. Ha, 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 ha. Goes back to our G second inversion to a C major. You can even use your middle finger, I would. And then we're going to be playing our D as a passing tone to an E minor. And then we have an A major, D, C, D7, G. The way it feels here is you could go anywhere, but I'd rather keep our C sharp, our E, and our A doing this, and then play the A as well and going down. But if I stay here with the C sharp, E, and A, all I need to do is play these 2 notes, which is going to be our minor third to a major third. So minor third to a major third, minor third, and then we're going to play our minor third, but we're going to play both the D and the C at the same time. And that gives us a passing tone. Gives us our D7 or D dominant, and that D dominant resolves back to our G major. Should all acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot in the days of old lang syne? Very cute song. There is a big strand of notes that happen after our B part. So when it does the old and unsigned for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. This is interesting. We're going to take this, go to our F sharp, play our B and our D for our B minor, E minor, our A major, and then B7, and our E minor to a D dominant, and then our G. So that feels like a mouthful, but we have B minor, E minor, A major, B7, E minor, D7, and then G. When we put together with our melody, D, G, 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 B, A, G, A, B, A, G, G, B, D, E, E, D, B, B, G, A, B, A, B, A, G, E, when we have our DG, when we have dyslexic G's, when we have our G, we're going to go all the way up to our highest note in the whole song. So our apex note is going to be an E. It does our G, so syne, for, D, B, B, G, take this very slow. And we move our A minor right here to our D and back to our G. Moving up our G arpeggio to our C major with the E up top. Here's our D major, E minor. We're going to be playing our melody through to the B, but we're going to be playing our A right here to our D. And we're going to be moving our E to our A major, in the times of old, D major, and down to our C, to our G. When we go back up to the top here, we're going to have to C, D, G, C. We're going to have a passing chord here. Our B minor is going to play the melody here, so we're going to have D, E minor, we're going to be playing has our B note, and then we're going to be playing our A into our A major, cross over, and then play our B7, and then work down our B7 to our E minor right here. When we play our D dominant, we're going to hold these two notes with our F sharp, and then back to a G. Once you get the kind of concept of the chords, be able to toy around with a couple other holiday concepts and put it all together with Auld Lang Syne. Remember, doing it in the key of G, we'd have a 1 chord, a 6 chord, a 2 chord, a 5 chord, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, 6 chord. We'd have our 2 major, 5 dominant chord, 4 subdominant, 5 dominant chord, back to our tonic or the root, the 1. Then we go to our 5 chord, and then we're going to be playing our 4 chord to our 1 chord to our 4 chord. Here comes our minor 3rd, minor 6, major 2nd, and then we're going to be doing a major 3rd dominant. Ooh-wee! And then our minors are relative minor, minor 6, and then we have our 5 dominant, and we end our song on a good old-fashioned G major. A good thing that I like to do here at the end of this is do like a G, Jesus, Jesus to G, little cross between a plagal ending and awesomeness. I hope you have a great holiday and a great new year. Well wishes from all of us here at the channel to you. Aloha.